Hey, what's up guys? It's Vatonage. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm showcasing the Magical Spells 2 add-on by Fluffy Alien. So this add-on basically adds like new craftable spells, and they're really cool because you can like customize them to do whatever you want. So make sure you enable the experimental settings, and I'm going to turn on cheats just to showcase the add-on. And yeah, so this basically adds a bunch of different spells that you can craft, and it's a little bit complicated, so that's why I'm making a video on it just to explain everything. But yeah, so when you spawn, you get this magical tome, and if you interact with it, then it will display your EXP and level. So this add-on has a leveling system, kind of like my magic add-on, but there's only one level, which is just the basic main level that you increase from using all the spells, and each time you use a spell you get 1 EXP, so you basically have to use the spell 200 times to level up. But yeah, so I'm going to go into creative mode really quick, and so down here are all of the new things. You're going to need a parchment crafter, and I'm going to get a crafting table just to show the recipes. Okay, so as you see, here's all of the recipes. So first you want to craft this, which is pretty expensive, but you can get it pretty late game, I guess, or like mid game. The main thing's the netherite, so if you're playing like Sky Factory it might not be too hard, but if you're doing like just this add-on, then it might be a bit difficult. And then there's this if you need to craft it again. And then there's 4 types of spells. So first is a normal spell. This basically just gives you a whatever status effect that you apply to it. Then there's a projectile spell, which will affect other monsters that you hit. There's a multi-shot projectile, which is basically like 3 times this. And then there's an AOE one, which will affect everything near you. So yeah, as you can see when I hover my mouse over these spells, there's like a base level. So these two are base level 0, and this one's 3, and this one is 5. And they also have a base cooldown. So next, let me open this parchment crafter. So what you want to do is craft whatever one of these that you want. This is where it starts getting a little bit complicated. So you can craft like any of these parchment things, and you only need one of them of each type for whatever you want to use. So I'm going to go into creative mode really quick, and so first you have to set up a crafting station kind of like this. So you place water, and then you're going to need like some of the nether foliage. So I don't know where to find it in the creative menu, but it's like mushroom, or it's yeah, it's here. Yeah, so I think you need just any of these to set it up. And the mushrooms from the nether work as well, but you can use it in any order that you want, and basically set it up however. So I'm just going to use these, and basically what you want to do is you want to get one of any spell that you want to craft. So let's start with just a normal spell, and then you want to get one of these parchments. So let's just look at them all really quick. So there is a damage one, so this one will just increase the base damage of whatever the spell does by 8. I'm not sure what it will do with the normal spell, but yeah, and then there's Explode, which I assume causes an explosion, and then Fire, which spawns fire, I guess, and Freeze, which is slowness. Haste gives you the haste effect, and then there's Lightning, Regeneration, Slowness, Strength, and Wind. So yeah, there's a bunch of different combinations you can play around with, and I'm pretty sure you can apply as many of these as you want, and the damage one can stack, so each time you add the damage one, it increases the damage by 8. So let's just start off with just like a haste one. So as you can see, we need 16 blaze powder, 16 sugar, and 16 glowstone dust. So let's get the items that it needs. So there we go, and now we need glowstone dust. And then what you do is you throw everything inside of this pool really quick. And it doesn't matter what order you throw it in, you just throw it all in, and then you throw the parchment in, and you get to keep the parchment, and it starts crafting the spell, and then you can pick it up. And as you can see, it has haste now, and the base level is still 0, and the base cooldown is 0. So I can just use this spell whenever I want, and it will give me haste 3. So yeah, that's pretty good. And you can also apply multiple parchments to a single spell. So as you see, I have 4 EXP, and each time I use the spell, it increases by 1. So you probably want to craft a spell that has a very low cooldown to start leveling your spells up. But yeah, let's also apply regeneration to this. So we need redstone dust, glistering melon, and gas tier. So some of these are a little bit difficult, but if you can use like some sort of table like my Project V add-on, you can get these pretty easily. Okay, so now I added the regeneration effect to this spell. So as you can see, it has haste and regeneration now. So if I use it, I have to level up first. For some reason, it doesn't say the level on the item, but it says I need to be level 1 for this. And I think every time you add a new effect, it requires a new level. So I'm just going to set my level to 1. So now I'm level 1, and I can use this now, and I get regeneration and haste now. So that's basically how that works. And now I'll show you how to use the other spells. So let's start with the projectile now. So the spell, the basic one, basically only gives effects to yourself, and the projectile one gives effects to enemies. So some of these you don't really want to use on it, like haste, I don't think you'd want to use, and like lightning would be good, or probably the best one is the damage one. So I'm going to get 32 redstone dust. And yeah, these have a lot of combinations, and the parchments do different things based off of what you apply to it. So sometimes it could be good even if it doesn't sound good. So you just want to test everything out to see if it would help you. So let's craft this spell with the damage. So there we go. Now we have our parchment back, and we also get the spell with +8 damage. So now if I use this spell, it'll do quite a bit of damage. And the normal spell does 0 damage, I'm pretty sure. So if you just craft a spell with like fire or something, it won't do any damage, but the fire will probably do damage. Okay, let's apply the damage spell to this again, because damage is the only spell that is stackable. So I'm pretty sure you can add as much damage as you want to this spell, which makes it pretty overpowered, but obviously you have to level up to actually use it. So there we go, we're crafting the damage again. So it should be +16 damage now. Yep, so I get 2 damage boost. So I basically two-shot like any zombie and stuff. But it also increases the cooldown the more damage you add to it. So there are some drawbacks, but if you add like, I don't know, like 20 + 8 damage, you might be able to like one-shot the Ender Dragon. I don't know if that's possible, I'm assuming you can add as many as you want. But yeah, so there's also the multi-shot projectile. So let's add like lightning to this one, I guess. So let's get glowstone dust, lightning rods, fire charges, and blaze rods. A lot of these use blaze rods, so you might want to get like a blaze farm. But there we go, we have everything crafted, and I think I'll have to level myself up to use this. So I've used spells 16 times. It's a lot easier to level up with just the normal spell because it has like a low cooldown and just one effect. But yeah, I need to be level 3, so there we go. And it shoots 3 projectiles, just like this. It's kind of inaccurate. It's like, okay, yeah, it's working pretty good now. And the lightning spell, it activates when it hits the ground, so it has 3 lightning bolts. So yeah, it's pretty good. Lightning, and I honestly think the damage is a little bit better. So if you want like the best thing, I think it's the multi-shot projectile with just damage, or you can just do the normal projectile with just damage. But the normal spell, the base spell, has a lot of cool effects. Like if you give the wind to this, then it'll let you like teleport around. And I haven't tested the other ones, but I assume they do something cool if you apply it to the normal spell. Like if you do explode, I don't know what that does. It might make you explode, or it could do something else. So you'll have to play around with that to see if it's a good thing to have. And finally, the last spell is the AOE spell. So yeah, so you can add as many effects to a single spell as you want. But yeah, I'm going to add, I assume if you add damage, then it'll damage everything near you. Let's do explode, that one sounds fun. So let's get 10 magma cream, 8 TNT, 8 blaze rods, and 4 fire charge. Okay, so let's throw all this into the crafting. And there we go. So I assume everything near me will explode if I use this. But I have to be level 5 to use the AOE spell. Okay. Yep. Okay, that works perfectly. It has a pretty big radius. And it sets fire as well. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty overpowered. Let's see how far away. Okay, it's not working from this far, but okay, so you have to be just about this far away to have it activate, which is a really big radius. So you could probably, this is definitely the most overpowered one. If you put like damage on it, it can basically just one-shot everything near you. I don't think they count as player kills, so you probably don't want to use this for a mob farm. And the explode is very destructive. So honestly, if you don't want it to explode everything near you, or to like absolutely destroy everything, you should just do damage. But if you don't mind that, I think the explosion is pretty good. It like does a ton of damage to everything. Let's get an iron golem down and see how much damage it does. Alright, so literally 2 shots an iron golem with just the base explode spell. So yeah, if you get explode and plus damage and everything, you could definitely do a lot of damage to everything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this add-on. It's really cool. I think Fluffy Alien did a really good job on it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.